Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. So since the mainstream media can't find Flight 370 because it's been obviously hijacked by terrorists, it's probably landed somewhere on an island or in a hangar and is being retrofitted with a nuclear bomb to destroy some major U.S. or European city, they've engineered another attack! It's a knife attack! A sophomore teenager proving again that gun-free zones are the most dangerous place for your children to be, literally on the planet, goes on a knife-wielding stabbing spree, brutally and seriously injuring 20 people. More than a baker's dozen, 4 of which had to be flown by helicopter with life-threatening injuries. And my heart and prayer goes out to all of them, the victims and the family members. Hopefully they survive. But again, this proves to the liberal, leftist, retarded media and this politically correct society that it's gun-free zones that are the most dangerous places to be. Because I have a solution to all these Sandy Hook shootings and these Batman massacre shootings and these knife-wielding stabbings, one of which we saw in China that killed dozens and dozens of people. So you can't argue that knives don't kill people in the baker dozen numbers. And now this attack at a Pennsylvania school. If somebody had a gun, like an armed guard, somebody that was responsible enough to handle one, like many people are, all he would have done was point his gun at the attacker, and there wouldn't have been 20 people stabbed. It would have been all over. And you see these psychotropic medicated children, which we'll find out soon enough, which 99.9% of all of them, whether or not it was Adam Lanza or any other of these psychopaths were on, from these multi-billion-dollar companies that, by the way, buy off their politicians, people like Barack Obama, yet nobody raises an eyebrow that all of these psychopath killers are on these mind-altering SSRI substances, playing with our children's brains. And again, what we need to discuss here in America, like an open gunshot wound, pun intended, is what is leading to this psychotic behavior. Why are children and teens, in this case here in Pennsylvania, being led to these brutal murders? You know, another theory coming from the liberal, leftist, bullshit mainstream media is that this is an engineered false flag attack by Republicans and the Tea Party. I don't believe that to be true, but it just points out again, blatantly, in reality, that it's gun-free zones that kill people here in America. Again, you can't run from a gun. The liberals want to tell me you can run from a knife, but it clearly wasn't true in this case, with 20 people seriously injured. And in China, just a couple of weeks ago, dozens of people brutally murdered. And you certainly can't run from a Boston bombing Home Depot or Kmart or Walmart made bomb out of a pressure cooker loaded with nails. Try to run from that. You can't. The Boston Marathon runners couldn't, quite literally, run from that. And you see, that's the problem. Americans need to get used to the hard fact that terrorism is on the rise, that they can't, and the government, although they want your freedom and are going to take every itty little bit last of it, everything you value here in this constitutional republic, and the little freedom you might have around the world, but they still won't stop these attacks. You know, even if they completely militarize the school in Pennsylvania and schools all across the country, which is, I'm sure, going to be next, you know, they'll have metal scanners and all that kind of thing. You'll just have someone blow people up or stab people or shoot people before they get in line to get into the metal scanners. And see, unless you totally militarize the entire planet, in America, literally everywhere, with an all-seeing eye, which is the goal, and the agenda of the New World Order by their very actions, and these leaks that we've seen come from patriots like Edward Snowden and great intellectuals like the famed leaker Julian Assange, they can't stop this violence. They can't stop these things from happening. Just like we saw in LAX recently with the killer with the gun who just approached a TSA agent and others and started firing before people were getting in line to be tested for weapons through the metal detector checkpoint. You see, you can't stop this kind of violence. We need to take a look at all of these areas. We need to take a look at most importantly, psychotropic medications. The Pfizers, the Mercks, the GlaxoSmithKlines that buy off these politicians and the billions of dollars and sell billions of dollars worth of these drugs, all of which these teenagers are on. And we need to study the psychology and the reasoning behind why there seems to be so many psychopaths on a rampage as of late. Is this just more intense media coverage, a smoke and mirror paradigm game change to take your eye off the ball of Flight 370? Again, a hijacked plane with clear motive that the mainstream media literally is just baffled with. They can't figure it out, America. They can't figure it. Every 5 seconds they find a ping. Hey, there's a ping over here. There's a ping over here. We think we might have kind of maybe found it, but not really. Which has been the story. And now they've got a new convenient truth, a new convenient violent story, which the mainstream media loves. The more blood and guts and torture and rape that they can focus on, the ratings will boost up, and it'll be good for Wolfie Blitzer and his sexy little beard, and the other guy, Anderson Cooper. It'll be so good for the guys on camera. A faltering, flagrantly retarded CNN, which, by the way, has lost over half of their viewership here in the States over the last 12 months because of you, the freedom-fighting American people and the freedom lovers around the world, all of which are tuning in to AMTV right now, the millions of you around the world. Hard-hitting and in your face as usual, I'm Christopher Green. Get it out everywhere, make it viral, and click the link below to support our sponsor.